Hello everybody, Todd here, all things archery and shooting, and I had a request to compare a 40-pound limb set to a 45-pound limb set to see which one was faster. And we know the 45 is going to be faster, but how much faster was the question that one of my subscribers is asking. So I'm going to do this video compare. What we're going to do, we've got the Black Hunter Recurve bow. This bow is 58 inches AMO. It's rated at 40 pounds at 28 inches. At my draw length at 29.5, it's pulling 43 pounds. Has a D97 fast flight string, running a 7 1/4 brace height, okay? Arrows we're going to be shooting are going to be these carbon arrows. They're 425 grains, 30 inches long, 100 grain points, and 4-inch feather fletchings. We are going to shoot 6 arrows across this chronograph, and I'll throw out the high and the low, and then we'll compare these 40-pound limbs with a set of 45-pound limbs that I just ordered in, and see the difference in velocity and see if it's worth it going up 5 pounds or not. I don't know what it's going to be. Let's find out. Let's get started. Okay, the chronograph is set 10 foot in front of the target. I'm going to be about 6 foot behind the chronograph shooting these arrows. We're going to shoot 6 arrows. First arrow. .173. Second arrow, 168. Third arrow, 167. Okay, 3 more. First arrow, 166. Fourth arrow, 163. Sixth and final arrow, 166. That average velocity came out to roughly about 165 feet per second with the 40-pound limbs and the 425 grain arrows. Now let me go swap these limbs out for a 45-pound set, and we'll shoot it all over again and see how it compares. Hold on, be right back. Okay everybody, I went ahead and swapped out to the 45-pound limb set. We're going to see the difference in speed between the 40 and the 45-pound limb set. On the 40-pound bow, we came in about 165 feet per second, give or take. I'm shooting these arrows here, which are 425 grain carbon 500s. I'm going to shoot these same arrows through this 45-pound bow to see this difference in speed. I'm not expecting a lot, I'm expecting maybe 5 to 10 feet a second faster, but we're going to see what it comes up to. We'll shoot the same 6 arrows across here. These are the same arrows I used in the 40-pound test. They're 500 spine, 100 grain point, 4-inch feather fletchings on them, 425 grains each, 30 inches long. Let's put our 6 arrows across here and see what the difference in speed is. Okay, just like before, the chronograph is 10 foot in front of the target. I'm 6 foot behind the chronograph. Let's see what we get. First of 6 arrows. 181. Okay, second arrow. 179. Third arrow, 180. Fourth arrow, 187. Fifth arrow, 182. Sixth and final arrow, 189. Okay, you saw we shot 6 on there, average speed about 185 feet per second, so about 20 feet a second faster than the 40-pound limbs. Now a lot of you are probably saying, well Todd, that's not very fair because you're shooting a heavier pounded limb with the same lightweight arrows you shot the 40-pound. We need to keep it fair. So I understand that. So, my whole concept of this review was shooting the exact same arrow at two different draw weight bows, see what the difference would be. But I understand where you're coming from. So what I also did is I got the exact same arrows that were 425 grains a piece. The 40-pound bow would shoot them just under 43 pounds at my draw weight. Okay, so it's about 10 grains per pound of draw weight. These arrows were for the 40-pound. Now for the 45-pound, it drops it to about a little less than 9 grains per pound of draw weight. So to make it fair, I swapped the points out to a 160 grain point. Okay, from the 100 grain point. So I'm shooting 60 grains heavier now. This is giving me a total of about 485 feet per second roughly, because my draw weight on this bow, my draw length is just right at 48 pounds. Okay, there's a 45 pound at 28 inches. So we're going to shoot these 3 arrows now with the 160 grain point up front instead of the 100 grain point up front. And that's going to put us closer to the roughly 10 grains per pound of draw weight that the 40-pound bows taught. So let's see what it shoots across the chronograph, see if the 45 stores more energy and shoots better. Okay, let's go ahead and reset this. Now remember, we're going to shoot these new arrows here. These have a 160 grain point up front. They're the same exact shafts before, so now the total weight of this shaft is coming in about 485 grains, okay? This bow at a 45 pound, 28 inch bow, at my draw length at 29.5 inches, is pulling just over 48 pounds. So this will put it closer to 10 grains per pound. Let's see how it shoots. Okay, first arrow, 178. Second arrow, 172. Third arrow, 171. Okay, fourth arrow, 171. Fifth arrow, 170. Sixth arrow, 173. Okay, with a 485 grain arrow, which is roughly about 10 grains per pound of draw weight, we probably average around 175 feet per second. We'll compare that to the 40-pound draw weight and see of the 10 grains per pound of draw weight, see what it compares to. All right, and let's go inside and get those numbers calculated and figure it out. All right, Bob, we just got back from the range shooting these two bows, comparing the 40-pound limb set to the 45-pound limb set in the Black Hunter. Everything being identical, same string, same riser, same brace height, everything else. The difference was not quite as big as you might think it'd be, okay? Let's take the 40 grain limbs, for instance, with a 425 grain arrow. It's about 10 grains per pound of draw. Remember, I'm pulling about 43 pounds of these 40-pound limbs. So it's roughly 10 grains per pound of draw weight, okay? Now with that 10 grains per pound of draw weight on the 40-pound bow, this thing averaged 175 feet per second, okay? I'm sorry, 171 feet per second, okay? For a 425 grain arrow, okay? 171 feet per second, 425 grain arrow for the 40-pound limb set. Now the same limb set with 45 pound using 10 grains per pound of draw weight, okay, came in, which is using a 485 grain arrow. The 45 pound came in at 178 feet per second, okay? 178 feet per second for a 485 grain arrow. So a little bit faster for 10 grains per pound of draw weight, about 7 feet a second faster. Now let's look at the 9 grains per pound of draw weight, okay? 9 grains per pound of draw weight for the 40-pound bow, which I'm sorry I don't have that video for you. That's something happened to that part of the video, so I wasn't able to get, it got corrupted, I wasn't able to get that. But I took a 390 grain arrow, which gives me about 9 grains per pound of draw weight. Okay, I have a 40-pound bow, I did 180 feet per second. Now the 45-pound bow, using the exact same 425 grain arrows we tested on the 40-pound bow set, came in at 188 feet per second. I'm sorry, 187 feet per second. I'm sorry, 187 feet per second. for the 425 grain arrows, okay? So, the reason I did that is because a lot of you guys say this might not have been a fair comparison of shooting a heavier weight bow with the same lightweight arrows. So I broke it down in grains per pound. I did a 9 grains per pound and 10 grains per pound just to make it easy. Now let's figure the kinetic energy between these 4 arrows, okay? These 4 bows, these 4 settings, the 40 and 45 at 9 grains per pound, and 40 and 45 at 10 grains per pound, and see where we're at. Right now, velocity-wise, if you're looking at the 9 grains per pound, the 45-pound bow is about 7 feet per second faster, okay? You look at the 10 grains per pound, the 45-pound bow comes in 7 feet a second faster, okay? Which is about what you expect, 5 to 10 feet a second faster, going up 5 pounds. Now let's figure kinetic energy is the big one, okay? We're going to do kinetic energy on the 40-pound bow with the 9 grains per pound of draw weight, okay? The kinetic energy for this is going to come into, we've got 180 times 180 times 390 divided by 450,240. Kinetic energy on that one comes in at just at 28 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, okay? Which is more enough to kill a deer. I recommend 25 pounds like you hunt deer, okay? So that's the 40-pound limbs, 390 grain arrow weight. That's 9 grains per pound of draw weight. Now let's compare that to the 45, using the same 9 grains. The 45 is coming out of the bow at 187 feet per second, okay? And it uses a 425 grain shaft to get you 9 grains per pound of draw weight. Now you're bumped up to 33 foot-pounds. So you're picking up 5 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, just going up 5 pounds in bow weight, okay? Now let's look at the 10 grains per pound of for bow weight for the 40-pound limb set. So we got, what's that come out to? That comes out to 28 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, okay? 27.81. So just say 28 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, right? Which is the exact same foot-pounds of kinetic energy as the lighter weight arrow in the 40-pound bow. So, I mean, why would you shoot a heavier weight arrow? You can lose speed on it, but you're looking at exactly the same amount of foot-pounds between the 9 grains per pound of draw weight and the 10 grains per pound of draw weight. Now let's look at the 45, okay? Pound limb set, what it comes out to. Remember, this is a 485 grain arrow to get me the 10 grains per pound of draw weight, because a 45-pound limb set, I'm pulling 48 pounds. Okay. That puts it up to 34 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. You pick up a little bit more, okay? So that's why I said this was quite an interesting comparison. What do I gain from this? Well, let's just recap real quick. The 9 grains per pound of draw weight, you're looking at 28 foot-pounds for the 40-pound limbs, looking at 33 foot-pounds for the 45-pound limbs. So, of course, you pick up a lot more foot-pounds than the 45-pound limbs. So, 45-pound will, of course, be better for hunting. But the 40 will do just as good a job. Now let's look at the 10 grains per pound of draw weight for the 40-pound limbs. You got the exact same foot-pounds energy as you do the 9 grains, which is 28 foot-pounds. And then if you look at the 45-pound, you're putting out 34 foot-pounds. So, I mean, is it worth going up 5 pounds? I mean, if you can handle the 5 pounds, yeah, go up and use it. But if not, I don't really see why going up an extra 5 pounds is going to do anything for you, unless you're really comfortable shooting that weight. I think I'd rather shoot a 5 pounds lighter and shoot longer, get more practice in. I think you'd be able to shoot the 40-pound a lot longer without getting fatigued with the 45-pound. Well, anyway, that's what I come up with. There would be a title card in all this video, all these numbers stuff you can see for yourself and compare. So if you guys like these kind of videos, let me know, these comparison videos. I'll try to do more of them. If you got some ideas for me, send them my way. Also, if you leave me a comment. I want to thank you guys for watching. My channel is growing, so I want to thank you all for your support. All right. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button, and also click that like button next to the subscribe button. That way I can notify you. Sorry, tongue twisted there. I'm going to leave these bloopers in. I got quite a few bloopers in this video for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm going to leave these bloopers in on this one. Anyway, so what I was saying was, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Also, please click that like button for me, and also please share with your friends. Also, if you click that bell icon next to the subscription button, I can notify you of my upcoming videos that I have. And also, be sure to check out my Patreon channel. There'll be a lot more information on these two bows and these two bow limbs over there to be uploaded. And that's where I'm going to be uploading a lot of my hunting videos coming out. Hunting season in Florida here is coming out real quick, so be sure to look for that. If you're not a member yet, please get over there and sign up. I'll leave a link in the description for you. All right. But by the way, these arrows I got, these limbs I got them. I had to wait for a while. I had to get them from China. They were like 69 bucks from China. It took about 3 weeks to get here. So the 45-pound limbs, they did come in. They're not really available on Amazon. You can find the longbow limbs, but not the recurve limbs. I had to go and find them in China, which I finally did. So that's where you get them at. But I'll leave a link where to locate these 45-pound limbs if you want. Also the 40-pound limbs. All right. All right. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure, and leave me some comments. I always answer my comments. I love to read your guys' comments. So until next time, guys, all I can say is ciao.